Hi, I'm Coach Jeff here with Metamorphic Methods, bringing you another method to help yourself evolve. We're going to go through a full body workout today. This is a beginner's workout, or it can be utilized more as a warm-up for our advanced athletes or some of those weekend warriors just looking to make sure everything is kicking right before you get out there and do a Spartan race or something like that. First, we're going to start right with some cat-cows. You want to be in a nice quadruped position here. So hands directly under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're going to take some big deep breaths. We're going to inhale and then exhale as we arch the back, focusing really on the thoracic spine here, staying in core control, abs are nice and tight. And then we're going to inhale again and exhale as we move into the rounded position. Here we're tucking the pelvis, we're letting the neck relax. And again, inhale. Big exhale as we climb into that arch. I'm going to go through 5 full cats here. Again, this is just helping get some fluid on the spine, kind of check in with the body, make sure we're ready for some bigger movements. Next, we're going to be utilizing the bird dog for a little core warm-up. So here we have opposite arm and leg extending out. Big deep breath as we crunch in and exhale as we go back out. Now as you're doing this movement, we're going to go through 10 reps. You want to make sure you're extending the leg nice and straight, keeping the toe flexed toward the face, squeezing the glute as the leg extends, and making sure not to pop too far into lumbar extension, looking like this. We want to keep that hip nice and low so the oblique on that side is forced to work. Again, going for about 10 reps. Then we're going to switch sides. So again, opposite arm and leg out. Big deep breath, exhale out. Inhale to come in and big exhale out. Going through 10 reps again on this side. Keeping the core up in control. Abs nice and tight. Good, right from that we're going to move into the max effort plank, continuing to warm up the core here. So we make tight fists, about shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. We're going to tuck the pelvis, squeeze the legs, and then drive those elbows down toward your toes to create intensity. This action between the upper body and lower body, tucking the pelvis and driving the arms down, activates more muscle fibers in your core. Holding this for about 20 seconds, squeezing as tight as you can. You can see me shaking a little bit. I want to see it in you too. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Excellent. Now we're going to turn into a little bit of glute work, flipping onto the back side, going through some hip bridges. So we have the feet underneath the knees, slight pelvic tuck, big deep breath in, and big exhale up, squeezing the glutes, quads, hamstrings, and calves, the whole lower body, as we extend those hips up as high as we can. Now in this movement, you want to make sure you're not sacrificing lumbar extension for hip extension. And what I mean by that is you don't want to throw your back into it. You just want to push those hips up as high as you can by pushing your feet into the ground and squeezing the legs and core on the way up and down. Going through about 20 reps here. We're going to go through about 10 more. Big deep breaths again as we try to get those hips as high as we can. At the same time as we're activating the glutes, this is a good release for the hip flexors, mainly the psoas. That muscle, the psoas, connects to the bottom of your spine, and when it's very tight, it will cause back pain, hip pain, all sorts of pain that you don't want to be in. All right, one more rep here. Excellent. Now we're going to move right into the split leg sit-up, going back to a little core action. So I've got my left leg out straight. My right leg is all the way bent in. I'm going to put my hands on my chest or behind my head, whatever's most comfortable. Now in the split leg setup, you want to take as long of an inhale as you can through your nose and then force exhale as we sit up as high as we can. Inhale on the way down and force exhale on the way up. Now you may notice the leg that's in extension wants to rise up as you come up. Don't let that happen. Keep that leg pinned down nice and tight, keeping the glute, quad, and the entire leg tight. Sort of using that as the anchor as we sit up and back down. Again, going for about 10 reps each side. I'm gonna do 4 more here on this side. Little 5-second break and we'll switch sides here. Now again, this is a core exercise, but it's mainly to link your breathing with your abdominal activity. So you want to make sure you're taking a long inhale and then fully exhaling all your air as you sit up, squeezing your stomach as tight as you can. Inhale down, big exhale up. Again, 10 reps each side. Here's 3. Coming to halfway, about 5 left. All right, now this next part of the core series, we're gonna go into a dead bug. And this exercise is pretty much the opposite of a bird dog. We're laying on our back. We got the knees up, arms up, hands over shoulders, knees are over hips, toes are flexed. Now as the opposite arm and leg drop down to the ground, we're gonna squeeze the core nice and tight. Your heel and your thumb should hit the ground, keeping your core tight, coming back to core control at center, and then switching opposite arm and leg. We're gonna go through about 20 reps or 10 each side here. Here's 3, big deep breaths, 4. Now as you extend that leg out, make sure you're flexing the toe toward the face again, squeeze the glute, and that arm, it should go into a Y position, kind of our overhead position in the scapula plane, and return right back over the shoulder. Again, we're going for about 20 reps, we're about halfway through here. So about 10 more. Now you want to utilize the breathing the same way. Inhale coming back to the easy part. And exhale down at that full contraction. We're gonna go through about 3 more here just to even out. Awesome. Now right after that, we're gonna go ahead and stand up and we're gonna get into some squats. So for the squat, you wanna be just wider than your hips and shoulders. Toes are slightly pointed out. The weight of your body should be on the outside of your feet. You're gonna put your arms out as a counterweight. We're gonna drive those hips back to begin the movement, push those knees out, chest up, and stand up tall. Going for 10 reps here. 2. Inhale down and exhale up. Here's halfway. I'm just gonna turn to the side, give you a different view of this. So you can see how I'm forcing the hips back to begin the movement, driving those knees out. We're not letting this become a knee dominant squat. We really wanna push those hips back, drive those knees out to get down into full position. Work on depth as best you can here, driving up through those heels, squeezing the legs at the top. I'm just gonna do 1 more. Now right from there, we're gonna move into the single leg RDL or single leg Romanian deadlift. This exercise is gonna be challenging for balance for some of you, and it's also a great way to lengthen and strengthen your hamstrings. So standing on one leg here with a slight bend in the knee, we're gonna go ahead and push the hips back, settling into that one leg. In this case, it's my left side, keeping the other leg nice and straight till my torso is parallel with the ground, and then standing up tall. Hips go back, opposite leg is nice and straight, and standing up tall. We're gonna do 8 each side here. And there's 8. We're gonna go ahead and turn around so you can see the other side. So again, big deep breath. Slight bend in the knee as we push the hips back. Settling into the heel and the midfoot, the opposite leg stays straight. And we stand up tall. Now you might have one side that's weaker than the other or has less balance than the other. Maybe that's because of an old injury. So you might want to work on that side a little longer, do a couple extra reps there. 4 more reps. All right, and this last exercise we're gonna go through is a lateral balance. Again, kind of challenging your balance here. It's gonna go ahead and get the heart rate up a little. We're gonna go through 20 reps. So we're gonna sit into about a quarter squat position, step to the right, balance up in the air for about 2 seconds, and go ahead and switch. 2, 3, 4. Now make sure you're catching that balance. Don't just shake out of it and then fall like I almost did there. Make sure you catch your balance, let those stabilizers lock in, and then switch. Again, going to about 20 reps. I'm about halfway through here. About 5 more. Whoa, catch that last one. All right, now that concludes today's workout / warm up. You could run through each of these about 2 more times for a total of 3 of all the exercises. And that'll give you, again, a great at-home workout or warm up.